friends, this is Miss Britt. I am doing this video for those of you at home who may still be having trouble with area model and distributive property division. I do have some friends in the classroom that are watching me go along with this, so you may hear them answer from time to time. All right, with both of these types of division, you need to start with your multiples. So I'm going to go ahead and put my multiples down the middle, and I'm going to let that be my line of separation between the two types of problems. So since I'm dividing by 3, I'm going to do my multiples of 3 down the center. Girls, you know your multiples of 3?
Yeah.
Go.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 22, 27.
And I heard you guys stop at 27. Why did you stop at 27? Just curious.
Because it passed over 26.
Because they looked at those first two numbers, those first two digits there, and 27 goes past 26, so they're going to stop there. Love it. All right. So for area model, we are going to expand the number out. So we're going to take the number we are dividing up, which is 264, and we are going to expand it. It equals 200 plus 60 plus 4. For area model, we are also going to draw boxes. So because we're doing division, the numbers go on the inside. And I know I'm not going to have enough room with that box, so I'm going to go ahead and make the bottom of that box a little bit bigger. We did do a review problem this morning on our math lesson, but some of you missed it. So we've got 200, 60, and 4. Hang on. These markers just aren't thin enough. I'm going to put it in black. 200, 60, and 4. We are dividing by, what are we dividing by?
We're dividing by 3.
3. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is see if we can do anything in the hundreds place. This is the hundreds, this is the tens, this is the ones. If we can, we're going to try and multiply 100 or 200 or 300 or 400. We've got to figure out what's missing, the number that we need. We're going to try that first. Can I take out any groups of 100? Let's see. 100 times 3 is
300.
300. Can I use that?
No, because you passed
Because I went past the number that's in the box and past the number overall. So am I going to be able to take out any groups of 100?
No.
No. So I'm going to skip that, and now I'm going to go and say something in the tens place. It's going to have a 0 on the end. I'm looking for the missing number. Something in the tens is going to work. Let me scroll up a little bit. I tested my hundreds. Those didn't work, so now I'm going to start testing my tens. You can start with 3 times 10 is
30.
30. I'm sorry. Getting a little ahead of myself. The hundreds didn't work. So what do I have to do?
Move over the 200.
I got to move that 200 over. So I take this entire amount and I move it over. So now I don't have 60 over there. I have 260. So I add these two amounts together, and I have 260. I'm going to be multiplying times 3 times something until I get close to 260. Okay? I can start at 3 times 10 and keep working my way, but if my brain can make a relationship between the numbers, I want to do that. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to see, looking at those two digits, which one gets me close to 26 without going over? 24. So I'm going to think about that number, and I'm going to say to myself, 3 times what number equals 24? 3 times what equals 24?
8.
8. So going to say if 3 times 8 equals 24, then what?
Then 3 times 80
equals
240.
240. So since I'm in the tens place, 240 gets me really close to 260, doesn't it? Yeah, so I want to use that number. So I'm going to say, we just did it a minute ago, if 3 times 8 is 24, then 3 times 80 is 240. What do I do? I subtract. 260 minus 240 is 20. I'm going to take that amount and do what with it? I'm going to add it on top of the 4. If you want to sit there, you can. I'm going to add it on top of the 4. 20 plus 4 is 24. All right. Now I have to ask myself, I've got my multiples there. I don't have to ask, it's not a hard question. I have to ask myself, 3 times what number can get rid of that 24?
Itself.
3 times 3 will get rid of 24? Yes, ma'am. 8. So I'm going to go up there and I'm going to say 8 times 3, because you're multiplying, 8 times 3 is 20, yep, 24. 24 minus 24 is 0. For right now, we want to get to, what do we want to get to? What do we want our final answer to be? We want to get to 0 right now, because when we get to 0, we know we're done because we're not dealing with remainders yet. Okay? What do I do with these numbers on top?
Add them together.
I add them together. So I've got 80 plus 8. So my final answer should be 80 plus 8 is?
88.
88. How can I check it?
Multiplication area.
Area model multiplication. You can use any kind of multiplication that you want to, but we've been doing it like this, right? I will do it real quick. 88 times 3. We are hoping to get what number?
We're hoping to get 264.
264. So my goal is to get 264. That's what I hope to get. All right. So we have 3. Now with multiplication, it's different. Our numbers go on top. With division, our numbers go on the bottom. So we're doing multiplication. With division, our numbers go on the inside. Plus 8, we say 3 times 80 is?
3 times 80 is 240.
240. And 3 times 8 is?
24.
24. What do I do with these two numbers?
Add them together.
Add them up because of that right there. 240 plus 24. 264. Did I get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. All right, let me get rid of this so I can show you the other one. I'm not going to check the next one just because we just checked it to make sure we had it right. All right, with distributive property division, we already have our multiples here, right? Who remembers what we do?
You write the number.
I have to write the number and break it up, right? So I'm going to use blue. Guess I'll use green. So I'm going to say 264. Woo! Divided by 3. Okay? I need to break this number up into two numbers that are easily divisible by 3. And I'm going to use my multiples to do that. Now, we've already decided on which one of the multiples gets us close to 26 without going over. Which one was that? 24. But we don't want 24, we want 240 because we want something with a 0 on the end. So then we ask ourselves, 264. 240 plus what gives me 264? Yeah. We've already done all the work, so it makes it easier, right?
Yeah.
24. Put that in parentheses and write divided by 3. Okay? So, distributive property, you just don't use the boxes and you don't use hundreds, tens, and ones place. You just go ahead and break it up into something that is easily divisible. So we rewrite this. We're going to distribute. We're going to say 240 divided by 3 and 24 divided by 3. Okay? Now, this is where the if-then statement comes in. If 24 divided by 3 equals, not 7, 8. If 24 divided by 3 equals 8, then 240 divided by 3 equals 80. Okay? So this side is 80. Bring down your plus sign. Here we're going to do this side. What's 24 divided by 3? 8. We just did it. 24 divided by 3 is 8. And then that 8 just comes down because we don't have to make a relationship. 80 plus 8 is?
88.
88. Same answer we got over here. So we know we are correct. All right, now what we did today is your last strategy. Today is partial quotients. Today, it's called partial quotients or hangman division, right? You draw your hangman sign. You put your plus sign with a line out to the side like that. You take your dividend and you put it on the inside. You take your divisor and you put it on the outside. We still need our what?
Our quotient.
We still need our quotient, but what's going to help us figure this out?
I think multiples.
Our multiples. I would go ahead and do your multiples to help you each time, especially if you do not know your math facts 100%. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. We stop once we go past those two numbers, right? The first two numbers. All right. With partial quotients, when you have a 3-digit number, you have to start with asking yourself, can I take out any groups of 100? Can I say, I have to think to myself, I have to think. Can I say 3 times 100 and take out a group of 100? Can I do that?
No.
Why not?
It equals 300 and it's over.
Because that equals 300. And if it equals 300 and it goes over that, can I do it?
No.
No. So I cannot use 100 times anything. So now you can start, if it makes you happy, you can say 3 times 10 and keep going until you get there. 3 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 20 is 60. 3 times 30 is 90. And you can keep doing that. Or you can use those multiples. We knew a minute ago that we could use 24, right? So you ask yourself, how do I get, you ask yourself, 3 times what number gives me 24? 3 times what gives you 24? 8. But is 24 close to 264? No. But if I added a 0 on the end, is 240 close to 264?
Yes.
How do I get a 0 on the end? How would I do that? By adding that 0 that goes with the 80. So 3 times 80 would be 240. So you come over here and you put your 80 and you say 80 times 3 is 240. And then we subtract. We got 4 and 2 and nothing. You can put the 0 there if you want to. It's up to you. Okay? Now I've got to find out what number times 3 gets me 24. What number times 3 gets me 24? 8. So 8 times 3 equals 24. 24 take away 24 is? 0. All right, my friends. What do I do with these numbers over here?
Add them together.
I add them up because I've already got my symbol here. My signal tells me what to do. 80 plus 8 is? 88. Which we know is correct because we've already done it. All right, friends at home, if you're having any amount of trouble with this is the same problem done 3 different ways. Please watch this video and try to help yourself and then practice using some other numbers. I hope this was helpful. Thanks so much.